Welcome back to Good Day Chicago. We normally see her through our screens, but this morning we get the chance to speak with true crime news host Ana Garcia in person. She is here to talk about the recent verdict in the Delphi double murders case and an update on the murder case of 20-year-old Kaylin Pryor. Thanks so much for being here, Ana. In person.
Oh, it is so good to see you in person,
goodness.
Natalie.
Oh
my gosh.
I know you work so hard on these cases and bringing them to the viewers. So in the Delphi double murders case, suspect Richard Allen was just found guilty this week on all charges. Was there anything that surprised you about the verdict?
You know, the jury really took their time with this one. You have to remember they were sequestered. They were working on Saturdays. The judge kept a very tight ship. And we were just talking about how they had to look at those very disturbing videos, which the media couldn't even see, of Richard Allen in his, you know, in a state of mental failure. I mean, he was just, you know, drinking out of the toilet, just a mess. And I think one of the questions, Natalie, is, was that a man who his guilt had finally gotten to him, or was this a man who was just falling apart in solitary confinement? And I guess the jury made their decision.
What other questions still remain, in your opinion?
How was it possible that there was no DNA found at the scene connecting Richard Allen? I think that is the one that still troubles me. I'm curious about it. Like, how did it happen? How could you murder two girls, right? Remove their clothes, change their clothes, slit their throats, and how could there not be a shred of DNA? I'm curious. Curious.
And there was other DNA found on the girls, I believe, too. A woman's DNA was found, and so that was. There are a lot of questions about this case.
Yeah,
there really are. I want to switch gears here. You also talked to the father of Kaylin Pryor, the aspiring model from Chicago who was fatally shot. What a tragic story. I remember this so well, so vividly. What did you learn in speaking to her father? He is a very strong advocate for her, isn't he?
Oh, he really is. Natalie, it's heartbreaking. It's been 9 years, and her dad, I mean, just broke down crying because he's still seeking justice. A street has been named after her in her honor. You know, she was at the prime of her life. She had just won this great modeling contest. She beat out 500 people. She was starting on her career. She went to visit her grandparents and was, you know, waiting at a bus stop to go home when she was killed. She was not the intended target, but he just wants justice. And he says the case has been turned over now to a cold case, so a new set of eyes, and maybe that will, you know, crack this case. But really, they need someone to come forward.
And I think there are so many families impacted by random gun violence like that in the city of Chicago, and it becomes a cold case, you know, so hopefully this will give those other families inspiration if they finally find someone, you know, who was responsible for her death. Ana, thanks again for coming in. True Crime News, you can see it right here on Fox 32 Chicago. We'll be right back.